Gentlemen, it is officially fall season. And what better way to kick off the fall season than to talk about one of my favorite accords of all time in fragrances. It just so happens that this accord is perfect for the fall. And I'm talking about the accord of amber. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite amber fragrances. I have 5 that I want to mention. Then want to make this a long list, because in my humble opinion, these are the best 5, at least in my collection, that is. So let's talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Darren. I am the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. Fashion and fragrance is what I talk about on this channel. So if you like looking and smelling good, I think you're going to enjoy this content. Make sure you hit subscribe. And if you do that, make sure you enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well, right down there in the corner. That way you don't miss out on any future content that I will upload to this channel. All right, guys, so you heard the intro. I'm going to be talking about amber fragrances today. And what I love about this list is it has such a variety of different types of amber. You got the more sweet ones. You got ones that's blended more with some incense and things of that nature. A little bit of a booziness in some of these combinations of ambers. So again, you get quite a variety on this list, but in my humble opinion, in my collection at least, these are 5 of the best amber fragrances on the planet. Now, as I said before, I love talking about amber because it's perfect when it starts to get to temperatures that are more cool to cold. Amber fragrances really shine on my skin. And I'm not just talking about some fragrances that kind of feature amber as an accord, but these fragrances are primarily centered around amber. And when you smell them, you smell amber. All right. So amber doesn't play a supporting role in these fragrances. These fragrances, amber is the center of attention. And if you love amber, I have 5 that you have to get your nose on, because these, in my opinion, are 5 of the best on the market. So if you want to see what's on the list, you guys know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Oh yeah, let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. Now, this first fragrance that I want to talk about comes from the brand of Serge Lutens, and this one is called Ambresultan. Ambresultan. My gosh, guys, this is an amazing amber fragrance. Look at the juice color. That's normally one of the great giveaways of a beautiful amber fragrance. It's going to have this darker brown or goldish type hue to it, that honey-like color, which is what amber is really all about, man. Look at this thing. And again, this is from the brand of Serge Lutens. Obviously, you're going to have amber in here. You're going to have patchouli in this one. Coriander. Oh, guys, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. And I can say that about all 5 of these fragrances again, because I love amber. It's one of my favorite accords in fragrances, and these, like I said, are 5 of the best that I have in my collection, man. That patchouli in here is more of that in my nose, but chocolatey kind of variety. And that may be just the way it kind of blends so nicely with the amber accord here, which consists of vanilla primarily and myrrh. So it's a little bit more of a sweeter variety. Like I said, you're gonna get that coriander in here as well. It gives this, add some warmth to the fragrance, a little bit of a spicy warmth to this fragrance as well. And like I said, if you're a person that really is into amber, this is one of the best in class. I don't really think this one gets as much attention as it deserves when people talk about this particular accord of amber, but trust me, guys, it's one of the best out there on the market. This is one of the newer bottle style presentations. I would love to get my hands on one of the older bottle style presentations, but this one is really, really nice, man. Again, oh my gosh, this is so good. From the brand of Serge Lutens. If you like amber, check this one out. This is called Ambresultan. All right, the next fragrance on the list. Oh, I'm so glad to have this in my collection, guys. When I want more of an incensey, smoky kind of amber. Oh, this is so good. From the brand of Tom Ford, this is amberabsolute. Amber Absolute. Obviously, Amber Intense Oil is here. Now, I do like this, the amber here. This is a little bit of sweetness as well, because this one does feature the note of vanilla. So this is vanilla labdanum. So that labdanum is a little bit leathery, almost a little bit smoky as well. But that blends right on in there with that incense that you get, because this is full of incense as well. Vanilla, vanilla labdanum, and incense. And then, of course, you get that oilbanum in here, which kind of, again, in this particular fragrance, gives a woody greenness, earthiness almost to this fragrance. Oh, this is so good, man. This is so freaking good. Highly regarded as one of the best ambers by a lot of folks. And I really understand why, because it's that freaking good if you love amber. Like I said, guys, these fragrances that I'm talking about prominently feature the note of amber. Amber doesn't play a supporting note here. Amber is prominently featured front and center. This is one of the best, especially if you like a more smoky, incensey kind of amber fragrance. You gotta smell this one. From the brand of Tom Ford, Amber Absolute. All right, guys, and speaking of smoky amber fragrances, this might even be more smoky than Amber Absolute. So you really gotta like a smoky, almost animalic amber fragrance to really like this one. But I appreciate this so much because this is phenomenal. From the brand of Perfume Aroma, this is Ombre Auda. Ombre Auda. Amber, myrrh, and incense. Oh my gosh. This is really about the amber and the incense. The myrrh gives a just a slight hint of sweetness. It's just a slight hint of sweetness that comes from that resinous myrrh in this fragrance. But again, now if you really want something that is, almost over the top, like I said, animalic kind of amber experience, this is one that you got to smell. But it smells so good. Amber is so prominently featured in this fragrance. Like, it almost seems like it's just incense and amber in this particular fragrance. Like I said, if it wasn't for that slight bit of sweetness that comes in here from the myrrh, which to me kind of keeps it from being too smoky. I'll just put it that way. It keeps it from being too smoky and gives, like I said, that right amount of sweetness to kind of balance it out here. But this stuff is just dynamic. Very well done. Very high oil concentration. If you've ever smelled fragrances from Perfume Aroma, if you ever put one on your skin, you know it has a lot of oil in it. So it's high in oil concentration. So you spray it, and this is actually a brand that they recommend you actually rub it in a little bit. But this stuff is amazing. If you love amber, guys, you got to smell this fragrance. Seriously. Again, the color of the juice gives it away, guys. This is pure amber right here. From the brand of Perfume Aroma, this is called Ombre Auda. All right, guys, this next fragrance comes from the brand of Narcotica. This fragrance came into my life and has already moved into my top 10 fragrances in my entire collection. That's how much I love this fragrance. This one is called Doza Amber Intense. Again, guys, look at the juice color. The juice color always gives a great amber fragrance away. Almost looks like that cognac, boozy, golden amber color. That's exactly what this is right here. You get amber, incense, cypress, moss, pepper. The incense in this one, the amber in this is really sweet. So you get a myrrh, vanilla, benzoin kind of combination here that creates that amber accord in this fragrance. That spiciness in here as well, because it's really spicy and peppery up top. But I always talk about there's one kind of combination of notes that could throw some people off with this fragrance when you first smell it, and that's really that coming from that cypress. All right, the cypress and moss in here, and those notes in a way almost seem out of place in this fragrance to an extent, but in the opening it just creates this very unique accord, and I really enjoy it. Not I really enjoy it, I love this fragrance. All right. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so good. Oh, good. You got to put this one on your skin to really understand what I'm talking about. But again, this is so unique when I compare it to the other amber fragrances on this list because of that cypress and that moss note in here that gives this green earthiness almost to this fragrance. And it kind of runs. It opens up with it, but, even the moss kind of keeps that earthy, bitter greenness that kind of go into the dry down as well. Balances some of the sweetness of the amber accord in here and the incense as well. But an amazing amber fragrance. Seriously, this is a game changer. If you love amber, you got to put your nose on it. From the brand of Narcotica. Again, this is called Doza Amber Intense. All right, guys, and if you love a sweet amber fragrance with a slight, almost gourmand touch, that's what this fragrance is. Nobody else talks about this fragrance, and that's okay, because your boy is telling you about it, and you guys need to get a sample. It's expensive. Just get a sample of it. You're going to see what I'm talking about. From the brand of Bottega Victorious, this one is called Amber Sapphire. Amber Sapphire, and I can see, you guys probably can't really see it through on camera, but this is a beautiful golden hue of amber as well with this particular fragrance. Cinnamon, rum, tonka bean, and amber. Oh my gosh. First fragrance that I talked about on this list that features cinnamon. Cinnamon to me pairs well with a lot of other gourmand notes in fragrances. And you got cinnamon here, that sweetness in here from tonka bean. So this is the sweetest fragrance on the list. Like I said, almost has a gourmand kind of feel to it, but it's really, really sensual, really, really smooth amber fragrance. Like I said, of all the fragrances on the list, if you like one that has that fragrances that are a little bit more sweeter, this has a very sweet scent profile to it, but it's not overly sweet by any means. The sweetness from, you know, the tonka bean in here balances really, really well with the amber. It's more of a vanillic kind of amber benzoin, vanilla benzoin combination in this fragrance that works in perfect harmony with that tonka bean in this particular fragrance, guys. I absolutely love this one. Cinnamon is my favorite spice, and it makes everything nice in this fragrance. So check this one out from the brand of Bottega Victorious. God, this is amazing. Check this one out. Amber Sapphire. But that is it, guys. That is my time. What are some amazing amber fragrances that you have in your collection? I sincerely would love to hear from you down in the comments section. Maybe some out there that I need to check out. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate your time and attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Derek. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.